Hello, welcome to Healing Fire. My name is Judy. Thank you for joining. Gonna hang out for a little bit, let a few people join us. Hi, Edward. How are you? How are you doing? Thanks for joining in. Hey, Edward, where do you live? Are you on the East Coast, or are you where are you about? You don't have to tell me exactly if you don't want to, but I'm just curious. Let's see if you pipe in. We're going to wait for a few people to join in, and while we do that, I'm just going to go over. Let's see, Edward, you're in in Sacramento. Ooh, I love that area. Wonderful. Yay, welcome. We're in the same time zone. That's great. The next time I go down to California, I'll wave at you. It's been too long. I love California. It's been too long since I've been there. So, hi Terry, how are you? And Terry, where do you live? You live up in this area, don't you? Don't you live in the Northwest? I was thinking you did. I could be wrong. So glad to have you guys on board. Thank you for joining. I was way off. Northwest Florida. Okay. Way off. Oh my gosh. I've heard that it's crazy in Florida right now. How is it? Is it crazy in your area, or is it more down south? I have a friend that lives in Florida and she's like, it's not good. She lives more down by Palm Beach though. Oh, that's right. You're moving. Northern Illinois. Oh, good. Edward, are you talking to Terry or me? Probably Terry. More down south. It's crazy. Okay. All right. I'm going to, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, really? Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Okay. I am going to go ahead and show comments now, just so you guys know. So here we go. So comments are going to be live on screen from now on. Just to kind of give everybody, I'm going to go over my schedule for this week so everybody knows what's going on. Today is Tuesday. I lose track of my days. All my days are in together. So tomorrow I'm going to do a members only 3-card pull live chat. So if you are a member, then at 3 p.m. or excuse me, what time was it? What time did I schedule? Hold on. Sorry. I have a busy day tomorrow. Let's see. No, excuse me. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. I'm doing a member only 3-card poll chat. So if you're a member, you can join in on the members only live at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and wherever you are in between, because I'm really bad at that. And for those of you that are present on that live, we can do 3-card pulls for you and do some card draws. So that would be fun. And then also doing a live with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected tomorrow. It's going to be on Allie's channel. It'll be 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Heart and Soul Connected. It'll be on her channel. But that will be tomorrow as well. And then Thursday, I'm going to be doing a show with Irish Granny Helen. It'll be recorded. I'm not sure if it'll be dropped tomorrow or after that, but so be looking for that. And then also Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Golden Girls Coffee Clutch with Marina and Sherry and Allie. So very cool. Yeah, so well, busy couple of days, which is very exciting. So, yay, Edward, you're a new member. Thank you. I'm so excited. Yay. And also on that note, if in appreciation of everyone and helping me, I've just achieved membership status with the channel. So Yahoo. In appreciation to all of you for helping to make it happen. All month long in October, I am offering half price readings and healings. So if you are interested in that, please reach out and let me know. If you are a level 3 member, you get an additional little bump too. So just email me. My email is in the description and we can coordinate. So very cool. And thank you. One of the members, or one of my wonderful subscribers, sent me this. I showed you this in the video last night, but got Woodland Wardens, really cute little deck. So might pull some Oracle cards out of that tonight, so I can use that. So, all right, is everybody hanging in there? Got some spicy things. Angel, hi. Hello from Colorado. Very exciting. Well, I come to you live from war-torn, fire-blazing Portland, Oregon. We got Gestapo Barbie visiting today too, and there's like a video, like she goes down and meets with them, and all they do to hatch a plan, and all they do is sit around and pray, and then they make their way onto the roof, and they look over, and they have this whole video, and like there's like 25 protesters, and they're all just kind of standing there. There's a guy in a chicken suit because it's Portland, and that's what we do. And somebody asked her, like, well, what do you think about the guy in the chicken suit? And she just goes, he could do better. Like, okay, whatever. But like, what are you gonna do, Gestapo Barbie? Really? What are you gonna do? I posted a few pictures from war-torn Portland in the post if you want to see just how devastated it is here. It's, oh my goodness, I don't know how we're gonna survive. I just don't. We love our sarcasm here. I think every morning there's a group that goes for a breakfast vigil, and they sit around eating coffees and donuts and things and in the morning. And then I think we had a group of people, like 15 or 20, that were singing "This Land Is Your Land" there for a while. We had some clowns show up and follow them around. We had several costumes. A lot of people, we like our costumes. Several costumes that have hang out. We've got, I think, a dinosaur and a chicken. There's a guy in a chicken outfit that shows up like every day, and I mean, it's so threatening. You definitely need the Marines to fight off 25 people at a time. And the thing is like they're sending, Trump's sending his, or F-45, excuse me, sending his goons in, and they're the ones causing problems. And of course, and they've got their own social media people that are there, like, yeah. And the thumbnail on the channels is "War-torn Portland. It's awful. The riots in Portland." And they're showing all these like really dramatic pictures, and it's like, and they're giving these guys roof access, and they're giving, they're in there, and it's like they're in there to try to inflame it and put on a show for faux entertainment and all the other media. And it's just ridiculous. Honestly, I've seriously debated going down there and doing my own live from there. I'm very tempted. I don't know if I should. I'm very tempted. I don't know. That redhead in me. I don't know. Okay, I gotta catch up. You guys have been talking and I've been yammering away. Colorado. Angel, I've never been to Colorado, and I really want to go. Well, other than the airport, which lovely, but that's not the prettiest part of Colorado. So I would love to go to Colorado sometime. I've heard that I would probably get burnt to a crisp, though, just because you're at such a high elevation, and I'm very much a potato. That Anyway, Terry, yeah, I saw you said that you had this deck the other day. I haven't really, I haven't gotten to know it yet, really, but it's just so cute, and I love forest creatures and the forest and all of that. So, um, Hades, Oregon, Edward, totally. How do we survive? It's gasp. Kid, send the military in to come get the hippies. No potty breaks for Cruella de Gnome. I know. Oh, I was so hoping that like she didn't come actually downtown. Although she probably wouldn't because there's literally nothing going on. And but I just like, oh God, please don't walk into where I work. I don't want to have to. You know, I don't have that much self-control, and I don't want to be fired. So I'm like, just don't come in where I work. Just stay away, please. Okay. Let's see. I know it is deplorable what he's doing. It's ridiculous. Well, so my son made a very good point because he's chair of the Young Democrats in our county that we live in, and he's been trying to get people like he's been 3 steps ahead of what's been happening all along, and every time he's like, this is going to happen, and everybody's like, no, it won't. And as it's happening, he's like telling you guys, right? So he's been sadly correct about everything, and he's like, it does. And we were talking again, my days run together. I think it was last week, I'm not sure, and we were talking about F-45 sending troops in here, and he's like, yeah. And people, Portlanders being Portlanders, and protesting with donuts hanging from fishing poles and clowns and chicken suits, and doing what we do, and and kind of the peaceful protest basically. And he's like, it doesn't matter. He goes, it doesn't matter if it's peaceful or not, because he goes, if he doesn't instigate it, it doesn't matter. He'll create his own story. He'll send the military in anyway, because that's what he wants to do. He's trying to normalize this. And if people just go, start ignoring it, then it's become normalized. And if people just blow it off, then it's become normalized. And that's the problem. And he's not wrong. He is absolutely correct, sadly. And but I love that Oregon is pushed back, and I'm curious why Chicago. I know Chicago's been pushing back, but they haven't done what Oregon's done, which is our judge went right in and was like, no, you don't belong here, and absolutely not. And so then he went to California, and then we collaborated with California, and we're like, no, you can't get California's people to come up here either, even though they did. They were hanging out, but they weren't allowed to. They had to stay on base. They weren't allowed to leave the base because they weren't allowed. And then our judge was like, look, we can do this 50 times to 50 states, but how about we do this? No state's military is allowed to come in here. But I don't understand why Chicago hasn't, or maybe they don't have a judge that's willing to do that. I guess that would be the thing. But yeah, so we'll see what he does next, because he's itching. I mean, he sent Gestapo Barbie in here, so to assess the damage and the fire burned city. My guess is he'll probably go, oh, see, us sending our troops in, we got it under control, and he'll try to use that narrative, or he'll create more fabrication and try to send in troops anyway. Who knows? I don't know. He's such a weirdo. Hi, Karina. How are you doing? Good to see you. And let's see here. I'm going to catch up. Oh, Terry, you want me to go? You want me to go do a live from the Oh God, it's so tempting. I really kind of want to. I've been to many protests, and I am a product of 2 hippies, actually. And I was adopted, but my birth parents legit were hippies. And I didn't find that out until much, much later in life. I searched and found them. And I'm like, oh, that explains so much. It's literally in my blood. I can't help it. I come by it honestly because I was raised in a Republican household. I am not. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh God, I know. And you get on the shows or on the channels that they're trying to inflame everything and fire burn Portland and all of that and live from the protests and all. Um, so many of their comments are bots. If you actually try to dig into who's commenting in there, like new users, and they're completely bot comments, which is so interesting because they're trying to manufacture that they have an audience, but they're literally all bots. So it's really sad. It's very sad, but people buy into it. I mean, obviously, and it's just sad and pathetic. But yeah, I might go live. If I go live, we'll see what happens down there. I have to get all my gear out. Been there, done that. Angel, the airport has weird energy. I would be more worried about the altitude sickness. The airport is a little odd. It always there's always a delay. Always. I mean, that's the only place I've ever been in Colorado is at the airport. I've been there a few times, and it doesn't matter what happens. There's a delay. Some good restaurants, some cute shops in there, so that's fun. That's good entertaining, good entertainment. If I can walk around some shops and go to a restaurant, I'm happy. I'm easy. It's okay. But I'd love to go where there's actually like mountains and nature and horses and all that fun stuff. Vicky, hi, how are you, darling? Good to see you. Yay. Angel, in regards to apartment raid, i.e. Aurora and Chicago, I looked at apartments that currently have class action lawsuits in Portland. There are 2 big ones currently to be on the watch for a quote unquote raid. Yeah, in case you guys haven't heard, that's a thing apparently, that the apartments that they are raiding are where there's financial troubles and the people that own them are trying to basically it's their way of getting people out so that they can sell it or whatever they want to do there. So and the real estate people conveniently always seem to have a connection to F45. So it's a way of getting legal evictions apparently, and people just want to leave at that point. So it's easier for those who own the buildings to be able to sell them or renovate or do whatever they're going to do. So apparently that's a thing. I didn't realize that. Yeah, possibly the big raids in Portland, although, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. There's really, because right now they're all just hanging around the ICE facility. So at night, so during the day, you have all the costumes and all that. At night, it does get a little spicy, quite literally, because the ICE people just start sending off canisters of gas, making it look dramatic, right? Because just, oh no, all you see is a few people, but you see all this smoke and gas. It's because they're just firing off gas canisters and making it look dramatic. So all the manufactured YouTube channels and the local news can go, look at the riots, and it's all they're doing. So I have some KN95 masks and stuff. I can bring that, but it's just so ridiculous. I thought Pritzker said they're taking it to the courts today. Oh, good. I hope so. I've been at work all day. I literally got home and got on here, so I haven't had time to catch up on much. They haven't gotten far inside Chicago proper, just on the outskirts. Okay. Mar-a-Lago face, Noam. Yeah, I know. I love how South Park portrays her. Her face just melts. All right, Karina, fiery redhead. I know. Redhead, Aries, Celtic woman, there is no hope. I apologize to everyone, especially my parents. Poor people. Easy but not cheap. Amen. All right. And we have Jesus Christ on here. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining. Very cool. Oh, Terry, you're a Leo. My mom's a Leo. Yeah. Hey, you guys can have your spicy side too. I know. And your mom was a redhead, Edward. So you know what I'm talking about. You can you can feel sorry for my poor children. I have two boys. Oh, what I love is that they were like super blonde when they were little, and then the oldest one, his hair later after he was a couple years old, his hair got dark and kept getting darker as he got older. Now it's like really dark hair. He doesn't really have any on top, but he does everywhere else. But and then my youngest one, his went more like chocolate brown, and now it's like it's like a dark brown. But they both have beards, and their beards have red in it. I'm like, there's your mama. There she is. So Edward, when you grow out your beard, do you have red in your beard too? I guess it's a common thing anyway, but yeah, I love it when the sun hits it. It's got that red in it. Love it. Yes. Okay. I heard Viviani, my hair looks black on YouTube, but it's a very dark red. Yeah, it does. I thought it was black. Every time I've seen you, it does look really black. How interesting. I know the lighting is always different and odd. And it's funny, people see different pictures of me and sometimes they think I have brown hair. Sometimes they think I have blonde hair. It's definitely red hair. But if the sun is shining or if I'm outside a lot in the summer, it'll tend to lighten up quite a bit. When I was little, it was more like strawberry blonde, and then it got darker as I got older. I don't know if you can tell. It's, just, I don't know, red, whatever, orange. Edward, I do. It also turns more red when the hair is turning gray. Yeah. So we have like I have four, really, technically, when you really look at my hair, I have like 4 different colors in here. And redheads, if you're a redhead, like a natural redhead, we tend not to go gray, like gray. Like I have some gray, scattered in there, and a couple just scattered throughout, but I likely won't go like full gray. Some do, but most don't, which is really interesting. Saves me a lot of money at the salon, I guess. But yeah, especially if the beard starts turning gray, you'll probably start to see more red there too. At least in mine. You can compare beards, Edward. Oh my gosh. Angel, you're a 5'0" redhead. I'm shrinking. I've gotten to the I'm shrinking stage. Well, I am a crone, so I guess, crones can shrink and they're still mighty. I used to be 5'5", and now I'm like, I think I'm like just under 5'4" now, which I guess it makes me a 5'3", and I'm like, oh my God, that's awful. How am I don't want to shrink yet. Oh, well. Aw, Edward, thank you. Karina, redheads fade to white, Arctic blonde. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I might get, mostly like you can kind of see it in here, but I was around when rocks were soft, so YouTube, thank God, hides a lot of wrinkles. Like, wow, this is great. I'm so much younger. People see me in person, they're gonna be like, God, what happened to you? Holy moly. We should let's do a draw on Gestapo Barbie and see how her travel's gonna go. She's gonna be bored. She'll make up something, I'm sure. But let's see what's gonna happen with Gestapo Barbie. See if her face melts in Portland. We've had a beautiful fall so far. We had a few days of straight rain. Usually in Oregon, it's like it'll kind of rain off and on a little bit, maybe. Sometimes it doesn't rain at all, like until about second week in October. Second week in October, boom, rainy season starts. And then it can be that way until July 4th. July 5th, actually. You got to get through Independence Day. Uh-oh. I almost just shuffled these way wrong. That would have been a big mess. Holy mackerel. I feel like I want to go to, God, I really want to do like a winter beach too. My favorite time to go to the beach is actually in the winter because we're not really a swimming in ocean anyway. You always have to watch for sneaker waves, which literally are sneaker waves. They'll come up and they'll just pull you out, and there you go. You can always tell we're the tourists because they try to swim in our ocean. Not a good idea. But I love winter because the storms are just so fun to watch and they're really, really neat. But it would be fun to go maybe do a winter trip and somewhere if I can pull it off and do some lives down there and some card draws down at the Ocean Energy and the wild winter weather. That would be fun. Winter Beach, come visit me in Vallarta. I've never been anywhere. I've outside of the United States, the only place I've been to is Canada, which I adore Canada. I've been to BC and Vancouver and up in that area a little bit. And then I went on a business trip because I was looking for a place to put on a conference actually in Toronto. And that would be a great place for a little spiritual conference. That would be fun. They have some groovy energy there. But Toronto is the coldest place I've ever been in my entire life. I went there in between Christmas and New Year one year, and it was, the wind and the ice, and it was that was the coldest I have ever been in my life. That was crazy. I feel sorry for you guys. That's insane. I'm way too delicate for that, apparently. Hey, Cat Mom. Hi. How are you? Thanks for joining in. Share spirit plus the beach rock counting is the best in the winter months. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay. So my grandparents were rock hounds, and I inherited all of it. So when I say I have more crystals and stuff than anybody should ever have, legitimately, I have buckets full of crystals and things. But they have a bunch of agates, which is the Oregon State Gem, and we have Agate Beach, and there's places here that you can get agates at the beach. But they used to do that fairly often, and I did tons of agates that I've got. Although I've never actually found my own. I haven't done my own rock hounding down there, so I should go do that. That would be fun. I could do that. So, all right. So for those of you just joining in, I'm doing a card pull on Gestapo Barbie is visiting my town, and gonna see how her trip's gonna go for her, or what's gonna happen, what the energy reads around that. So, Rosie, hi Rosie, how are you doing? I miss you. I'm sorry. A cat mom. You were born in Montreal. Sister taught me how to walk to school backwards during blizzards. Yeah, I remember one time I was taking the bus to work, and it was so cold and it was blowing so hard. I was standing to my back because the wind was blowing so hard because my face was just frozen. So I stood to my back to it, and then the bus pulled up, And I got on. He goes, well, I wasn't sure if you saw me or not because you weren't paying attention. I go, I was trying not to freeze. Thank you very much. I was paying attention. I just didn't want the wind in my face. Sheriff Spirit, I've got 60 years worth of hounding gold. Oh, I bet. All those beaches are amazing for agates and jasper. Ooh, I didn't think about the jasper. That would be fun. Yeah, and also, if you're from here, Lincoln City puts out glass float balls. They actually hide them out so in the middle of the night, and so people can find them. They pretty much do it year round. There's a particular season where they emphasize doing it. I think probably when there's more tourists and stuff. But you can always go out, and I've never found one yet. But one day I'm going to find myself a glass float, and they're always really cool. So that would be fun. Okay, Christy Gnome, how's your trip to Portlandia going to go? We're so not her people. Town of hippies. Just saying. Okay. Christy Gnome, how's your trip to Portland going to go? Gestapo Barbie. I started tapping into her energy. She is a deeply insecure woman. I've never tapped into her energy before. She's a deeply insecure woman. Her identity is she has a major identity crisis. That's why F45 is able to pretty much talk her into doing anything, because she does whatever the strong energy is around her. She'll follow orders because she acts tough, but she's not. She does not have what do you call it? I can see the word and I can feel the word, but self-confidence. Basically, she doesn't have self-confidence, so she portrays it because she knows how to act it, how to play this role, because it's a very simple role. But in reality, she's a deeply insecure woman, and she does not feel good about herself at all. Oh, that's, really sad, actually. How interesting. I've never tapped into her energy before. Let's see. Oh, well, hey. Oh. Oh, Gestapo Barbie. Well, it's pretty much what you would think. Here, I'll bend this. Hold on. Bend this down. See if you guys can see the cards. I kind of have them spread out a bit. Boop. Okay, that's what we're going to be reading into. Here we go. Back up to me. Sorry. Well, it's funny because the first card is the Four of Swords. So it's like this is going to be not a very exciting trip for her. I think she's going to try to make it an exciting trip or portray it as an exciting trip. But Portlanders, we're more likely to make fun of you than fight you. That's just we're a very sarcastic lot. We just are. It's rainy all year round. That's our entertainment. So we're very good at it. And so, but crossing this is the nightmare situation. So I can just see it. It's going to be, what am I going to do with these chicken soup people? I have nobody to shoot. I have no dogs to shoot. That and Portlanders, we love our dogs. And we love our dogs. they go with us everywhere. You see people walking them in strollers, in backpacks, they go into stores. I mean, like, they're with us everywhere. We have cars to be able to carry our dogs, not our children. So, her coming here, no. We love our dogs. And Portland is just a nightmare situation for her. It's just not going to be exciting. And she's hoping for all of this, war torn city. And yeah, it's just not it. And again, they're going to try really hard to manufacture it. That's what they've been trying to do. Even before coming on here, I'm like, okay, who's live right now? And there were like 5 different channels of Portland riots, and just trying to make it these just extreme thumbnail pictures, and it's just not. It's just not. I mean, we're going to be sitting back drinking our coffee, like, you're gonna pepper spray. I mean, I guess it'll flavor it. That's a new creamer. I solemnly swear I am up to no good. This is a big old cup too. Look at this. A big cup of coffee. We like our coffee. But yeah, it's not a lot going on, which doesn't give them, any fodder to throw back to F-45, which is kind of a nightmare situation because it doesn't feed into their narrative. They will try desperately to manufacture one, though. Don't worry. Which makes me, I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to go down there and do a live. I might. What is my schedule like? Let me see. I'll see. I don't know. It wouldn't be till later in the evening, though. So it would be really late for anybody on the East Coast. I probably wouldn't get down there till like 9 or 10 o'clock our time. So I don't know. Getting kind of old for that. I've done my share of protests. We'll see. I'll keep brewing on it. We'll see what happens. Or maybe next week, because this isn't going away anytime soon. Yeah, maybe. Oh, today's my dog's birthday. It's Bear's birthday today. Yay. I might be able to go next week. Actually, I'll think about that. Maybe next Tuesday. I have the day off next Tuesday. I'll think about going down to Portland and down to the ice facility and going live with the War Torn City. Okay. Anyway, foundation. Queen of Swords. So swords are truth and wisdom and words, and they're an air element, right? Cards are always the suits are the elements, and swords are air, things you can't grasp onto. The intelligence, the words, the thoughts, those you can't grasp onto it necessarily. So that is a sword. So queens, of course, are always nurturers. They're internal energy. Kings tend to be external energy, but queens take care of whatever is important to them. So she is here trying to fan the flames of the fire-torn city. It's just so ridiculous. I'm sorry. And she's going to swing her sword, and put on a show for F-45. But this is what she's wanting to do. She's wanting to bring her intelligence and her words and her wisdom to F-45 and show him just how horrible we are and that we absolutely need the military down here. That's her agenda. That's what she was sent here to do, to manufacture enough trauma and drama that he just has to send the military in, right? Because why else would she be here? Because they're not. So far, Oregon said, yeah, nobody's allowed. Well, she's here to prove that it's necessary. Well, she can swing her sword all day long, but she's she also, you see these little doves of peace? There's 5 of them. 5 is chaos. And every time she swings that around, she's trying to create chaos. That's what she is trying to do. And F45 is a chaos agent. That's literally what he's on this earth to be, is a chaos agent. And he is succeeding wildly. And so he's sending his little Gestapo Barbie out to swing her little sword and cause a bunch of chaos and come back with him with his version of truth, which is not. So that's the foundation. That's why she's here. That's the foundation. Interesting that moving in the past is the 6 of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like this is around the military presence, because F45 is targeting the blue cities, or the people, anybody who's ever stood up to him is his enemy. How dare you stand up to the king? How dare you talk to him? He is F45. No one talks to F45 like that. So, he's been in charge of doling out, who's going to receive his wrath, who's going to receive the military in their city. And I feel like that's what this is him deciding who's going to go ahead and receive the benefits of his military. Now, also, apparently, he has stated that he is denying Oregon any aid, like if we have fires or floods or earthquake or whatever, we've been denied any federal aid because he's mad that we stood up to him. We'll see how that goes, because why would we pay taxes? And I'm sorry, but blue states support all the red states. So go ahead and tick off all the blue states and watch us just go, all right, well, we're just not going to pay the federal taxes until we get federal services. Go ahead, dumpy. So this is him like doling out. So pentacles are everything that, their politics, their military, their resources, their money, their medical, their legal, their everything. It's all the energy that we have to, work with on this earthly plane that we're in. And right now he's doling out who he wants to, issue his military order from. Gestapo Barbie, who's swinging her brand of truth, right? But this is moving to the past, which tells me, and also I have this just gut feeling that the states are going to start to stand up to the federal government, because we are not a kingdom. We are a group of individual states that make up a nation. And states have rights. Republicans, of all people, are huge on states' rights. I mean, Texas, like, that's their thing. They have their own power grid because they want the right to have their own power grid. They don't want any national help. They want their own, which is why it always fails. And like, okay, you do you, boo. Go for it, right? But, then there's Oregon and Washington and California and Hawaii who are like, we can develop our own trade agreements with China and Mexico and Canada because we all have seaports. And we can have our own healthcare system because we can do that and arrange our own agreements. That's the beauty of the United States. We are a united group of states that create a nation. We are a republic. That is why, one of the reasons why we have lasted so long. One person cannot take out all of them. Good luck. He's going to try his darndest. Don't get me wrong. And he's doing a good job of destroying a lot of stuff. But I feel like the states they're kind of over it. And like, no, time to stop. Like, they're finally getting fed up. And he's going to push back even harder. But at some point, there's going to be a wall. I mean, there's only so much you can do, boo. And our legal system, pluses and minuses to it, but for the most part, it's been holding up pretty good. But this is moving into the past, which means I really feel like the states are going to start to stand up to him, and his ability to do what he wants to do is getting tougher and tougher and tougher. Plus, you have the Epstein victims that are going to have more conferences and interviews and are standing together in their strength and will be presenting information. At some point, they're going to have to swear in our 218th person that's going to sign that they want the Epstein files released. Granted, they're going to be heavily redacted. They already went through and took out F45's name on everything. Probably I would imagine the Supreme Court judges and some of the other people that paid F45 enough money to do so. So they'll release some names, but they won't release all of them. But the victims are going to release more. There's other people outside of the United States that once that starts to flow forward, they're going to release more. So you got all that coming out. Election Truth Alliance in Minnesota. I just did a video on this last night. In Minnesota, they did a hand recount of one section and found that it was incredibly irregular. So in Minnesota, this area that they did a hand recount in, magically, Kamala had 6% fewer votes that came through when it went through the machines, and F45 had 6% more votes when they counted through the machines. When they did the hand recount, nope, that's not how it went at all. And I like how it was equally the same number of her drop and his rise. So yeah, so it begins. So we're gonna, more of that information is coming out also. So you got states pushing back, you got the Epstein files, you've got the election fraud, you have all this stuff coming. States are going to start pushing back more and more and more. And this is going in the past. His ability to do what he wants to do is moving to the past. Crowning all of this is King of Pentacles, which, for this reading, basically this is him and this is Gestapo Barbie, right? Top of the bottom, the whole energy of all of this. And it's core nightmare situation. And what's coming in the future. I love how this card, the Page of Cups, keeps coming up in when I read on him. And when I read on the outcomes of his regime, very often the Page of Cups is coming in as something that's coming in the future, which I find curious because Page is new energy and Cups are emotion. So we haven't been through this before quite like this. There are a lot of new emotions brewing. We haven't been attacked by our own military before. We haven't had a military created, which is what F45 did with ICE. It is now the 4th largest military in the world. We have never had a military created for the sole intent to attack people in this country. We just haven't had this level of aggression towards citizens or non-citizens in this country before like this, and the obvious takeover that's trying to happen. And these are a lot of new emotions coming out. And with all of this more information coming out, more and more and more, there's a lot of feels that are going to be happening. It's going to the next few weeks are going to be really, really, really spicy. So, yeah. Internally, I'm going to cover this one up because it's got Nikki bits. You got the High Priestess coming in here. So she's all about intuition. And so internally, people are having to find what is my truth? Who do I believe? Because all of the media are saying Portland is a war-torn city. All of the media are, feeding the message that F45 wants to feed out. They've all bought in. Because they don't get their permits and their licensing unless they kiss his hiney. because that's the threat that's happening, which is why they're pulling comedy shows off the air and things like that, because the companies that own them are trying to put together deals and they need licensing. Well, they're not going to give them licensing if they don't pull these shows. And, all of that is what's going on. So people are having to, like, this doesn't smell right, right? Not everybody watches shows like these. And they're having to just live this world and not be able to figure out, like, what is really going on. Something doesn't smell right. Something doesn't, something's not right. And you're really going to have to trust your intuition with the secrets that are happening and the mystery that's happening, that's going on, and the BS that we're being fed, right? It's like, if it doesn't smell right, probably isn't. External influence. Again, this is on Gestapo Barpi's visit to Portland. It's got to be the protesters. We're just having a party, man. Like, all right, want some donuts? Would you like a coffee? We do coffee very well. We got some costumes. Want to come out in a costume? We could have a dance party. That's all the protesters basically having a party and making fun of them. Which is why it's like just not feeding their narrative. It's not giving them what they want. And the hopes and fears. 5 of Wands. So this is conflict, right? But they're trying really hard to make conflict here. They're trying desperately to make conflict. And there just isn't much. I mean, yeah, people are yelling at them or telling them that, they should go home, and, the things that you would say that, quite frankly, it's disgraceful and things like that. But we're not, we're doing it while you're standing there in a chicken suit or holding a fishing pole with a donut on it. I mean, it's just not the conflict that they're portraying. So F45 is hoping, this is hopes and fears. He's hoping for a lot of conflict. He's hoping she can wield up a good story. The fear is that it's just not going to be there. And this is their personal nightmare situation. And likewise, the people of Portland are like, we've been through this before, because with the George Floyd protests, they were fine until F45 sent his goons in, and they're literally the ones that caused all of the problems and escalated everything. And that's what F45 is hoping to recreate right there. So we're kind of hoping that doesn't happen again. A little bit of fearful that it might anyway. So there's a lot of that. So whether each side is hoping, one side is hoping there's conflict, the other side is hoping there's not. But at the same time, F45 is going to make sure there is some. Let's put it that way. The fact that there isn't one is his nightmare situation. So he will create one. And then our fear is that he'll create enough of a narrative that he'll be able to sell in court, basically, and that they'll send the military in anyway. So who knows? He's such a goon, which is funny to me, because this final outcome card is the card that I use for F45's reality show. If you've been watching this channel for really much of any length of time, this card always comes up when I'm talking about F45's reality show. And I say that because he's making this country into a reality show. That's what he's doing. He's going for the ratings. He's going for the drama. He's going for the social media stuff. The Knight of Cups is, and it's even in an orange horse. This is his reality show. And he's trying really hard to get everybody's emotions going up. A knight is an action card. And, this horse is reared up, ready to go. He wants action. And this is the Knight of Cups, which is emotion. And very often this is the cup of, oh, somebody's romancing you or whatever. Yeah, not in this period of where we're living right now. Right now, this is F45's reality show in this country and what he's trying to do. And that is the final outcome. So this is him creating the story he wants, because that's what he does. That is the one thing he's good at, is creating his own reality show. And he's going to use Gestapo Barbie to do it. And meanwhile, Portlanders are going to be like, okay, we just want sustainably fresh eggs. we want our chickens to have a field to run in. That's what we want, man. You know? And he's going to try really hard to like, I want conflict. And he will create it however he can. That's what he's trying to do. Because what she's going to report back is not going to be the reality. It's going to feed his narrative of whatever he wants to create, because he's so mad that Portland stands up to him. It just, nobody's supposed to stand up to the great orange god. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let me catch up on what everybody's saying here. Skyfire, you didn't miss my live. I'm still here. You're here. Thank you, Cat Mom. Wishing Bear a happy birthday, my buddy. Oh, thank you. You like my coffee cup? So I have you know, I think I mentioned this before, but I have apparently a coffee cup thing. I didn't really know I had this. This developed a few years ago. And now I have a whole rack. It's like on a wall, because I ran out of space in my cupboards to keep my coffee mugs. And so I got this coffee rack thing that goes down my wall, and now it's full. But I have all these coffee mugs. So I like them. This was a gift from a friend who went to the Harry Potter store in New York. I'm like, I like it. Solemnly swear I am up to no good. I can get behind that. And it's a huge mug, so it's great for a good cup of coffee. Karina, seems like she's expecting a heavy metal concert vibe, but ends up at a Love Fest Woodstock. 100%, man. That is spot on. You nailed it. Rosie, set up a free tarot read table for Texas National Guardsmen. Yeah, and the death card pops up and you just look at him and go, oh man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, but they'd probably ruin my cards, and then that would make me upset. Edward Kenneth, what do you see of his health? Will he last his term? No, he will not. He will not last much longer at all. Like very, very, very soon. So there's a few things I am really not good at. One, I mean, if I use my dowsing rods sometimes, but my guides do not like me to know about some things, and they'll even, and I had to get mad at them one time. I'm like, don't tell me things if you're just gonna like placate me or give me the wrong answer. Like just don't answer. So we had to have this little chat at one point, because they, for whatever reason, don't know if somebody's pregnant, and they don't like to tell me. Like somebody goes, am I pregnant? Am I having a baby? I don't know. Wait a few weeks. You'll figure it out. Right. So that's like, they don't like to tell me that. And they don't like to tell me what sex of baby you're having. And they don't like to tell me when people are going to cross over. But there's a but. Though they might give me like, time zone, that kind, or, general idea. The big thing on things like the timing of that kind of stuff is there's free will, right? So if it were really anybody else, he'd be gone already. But the level of healthcare that he gets daily, and his sheer will to live, and he's terrified to cross over, is why he's still alive. But he can only do that for so long, and it is not going to be much longer. So the point I was just going to get at, besides the things I'm really bad at, is the last few years, I've developed this thing where they kind of give me a heads up now if typically it's with like a family member or a friend or somebody I know really well. It's, hey, you should reach out and see how so and so's doing. And if I don't take the hint very often, that means they cross over. And there's sometimes where I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll reach out and, thinking it's like, hey, text them and say hi, like that general. But usually when they're pushing me on that means it's bigger deal than that. And I had to learn that the hard way, because I had some friends literally pass away, and that was my opportunity to connect with them, on this plane. I'm like, oh, and it took me a few times to figure out this is what they're doing. And I got that same feeling the other day with F-45, which is curious because obviously I'm not close to the individual, but I think it's because I'm in that energy so much. Obviously they know what I'm doing, right? And I got that feeling like, yeah, if somebody wants to say, check in with them, they probably should. That tells me very soon. Typically, I'll get that feeling within a couple of weeks of somebody passing. It has been as long as like a month or two, but usually it's within a couple of weeks as the heads up. But yeah, and I could be wrong, but I got that same vibe. So I think it's going to be very, very soon. He's certainly not going to last the term. There's no way. No way. I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. Karina, Newsom should coordinate with all of the blue states to stop federal tax remittances on the same day to make a big statement. Yeah, I don't know what they have to do legally for that, but I feel like that is being discussed amongst a lot of the governors. And Pritzker was saying the other day that he expects all of the governors to get behind him and support Illinois. Or what's the point of him being a part of the Governors Association, and he might as well leave it? I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know if anybody cares or not, or if that's just, but that was what he stated. So by the way that he said it, I kind of got the feeling like that would be a big deal. I don't know what they do in that association. Obviously, you're a governor if you're in the Governors Association. I didn't even know there was a Governors Association. But he's like, if you're not going to support me, I might as well leave. So I get the feeling it's like they back each other on things, but he was making it very clear. I expect everybody's support on this. So that's interesting, because that also tells me that all of the states, if they do support that, they're getting ready for a collective pushback to the federal government, which will get spicy. And I think that's kind of what's coming. So that'll be interesting. Do you have faith that anything will be done about the election? Yes, I do. In terms of share spirit, I'm assuming you mean as far as the truth coming out. Yes, I do. The truth will come out. They're taking it to court, and judges are allowing a recount. If you remember when F-45 tried this whole thing, he got rejected every time because they didn't have proof. Election Truth Alliance and Smart Elections are taking them to court with the proof, and there's enough proof for the judges to go, yeah, let's recount. So it's already starting to happen. And the states are fighting. A lot of the states, like Pennsylvania, right now is pitching a big fight because they don't want to recount because it looks bad or whatever, and they're like, nope, our numbers are fine. And Election Truth Alliance is like, no, they're not, and here's why. And so that's what we're waiting on, because they've fought having to have the recount. The judge has, I think it was in August that they ruled. So sometime very soon, the judge is going to do a final rule on, yes, you are ordered to do a recount or not. So we'll find out. I suspect it will be you're ordered to do a recount with Minnesota, Pennsylvania, New York, and Election Truth Alliance is going to court, their next step is to go to court with Florida and North Carolina, I think also. And there's a couple more that they're actively working on. So yes, the court system in the United States is slow, but yes, the truth will come out. It will be undeniable because they're literally using statistics and they're demanding hand recounts. Election Truth Alliance is trying to push it hard because their goal, they think there are enough discrepancies with the 3 different machine companies that were used, that they are advising that there has to be hand counting done, period, because it's not, they don't feel it's safe to get a clear result in the United States right now, and they want that established before midterm elections. Whether or not that will be, I don't know. But will truth come out about the reality of it? Absolutely, yes. Cat Mom, we're going to emerge from this like $6 million man. For those of you old enough to know the $6 million man. Remember that sound? Every time he'd lift something or throw something. Lifting my coffee cup. Yeah, honestly, I agree. Cat Mom, the funnier thing is they use the same algorithm to cheat everywhere. I know. Well, I used to work with a bunch of engineers. They're and Muskrat is that type of mind. While they may be smart enough to figure out algorithms, whatever, and do the thing, they tend not to be, they're missing the part of the brain, generally speaking, that goes, it might look odd if the same exact thing is used in every single state and they're all 6% apart. Like that kind of stuff doesn't really clue in. But that is the kind of stuff that statistics catches, which is what Election Truth Alliance uses to find out the details. So yeah, there's some things that they're really, really smart on, other things that they're really stupid on. Yeah. Yeah. We'll just leave that there. It's pumpkin spice season. Yes, it is. You know, I'm not a huge, I know this is horrible. This is in the Northwest. This is a bad thing for me to say, but I'm not really a pumpkin spice fan. I do love pumpkin bread. I do love pumpkin pie, but I don't want pumpkin spice in my coffee. Good question, Cat Mom. What happens to the mainstream media when this is over? Well, I have an answer, but that's worth a card spread, actually. Great question. They won't be able to just go, gosh, we don't know what happened. We're going to change our tune as of today. Because nobody will believe it. It's going to be a gradual thing over time. Legacy media is kind of dying. It's struggling right now. And the way that F45 conducts business creates ratings. Remember F45 reality show? That's what they're doing. The legacy media is more about ratings than they are putting out information and truth. And it's all about ratings. So as more and more people turn to YouTube, turn to social media to get their information, find independent media sources to get their information, look at sources like Ground News, which is truly independent, shows you who is, left or right or center, who's putting this information out. Sources like that. As more people look into those things instead of watching legacy media um, they're going to try, they're going to realize it at some point that people want the truth. And also, once all of this stuff is deemed a complete fallacy, lie, and reality show, and the people blame the media for being complicit in this, people are going to turn against them, and they're going to have to kind of change their tune. So it will take a little while, but there will be a shift back. I don't know that it'll ever be what it used to be. But that's actually a great question for a card pull. Let's see what happens to the media. Legacy media, I'll say that. Huge fan of independent media. And on that note, so please support your channels and your favorite channels, and Election Truth Alliance, and your independent media sources, because if you're able to, you know, there's a few that get highly paid. Most of us don't make anything at all, or if they do, very, very little. But we're here trying to keep everybody together. And in any independent source that you appreciate, please support them. And if you're on here, if you like this channel, please like and share it to your friends if you think that they would like it, and subscribe and do membership and all of that. It would be very helpful. But let's see what the future holds, what the energy says about legacy media moving forward. Legacy media. Sorry, I won't sing. I'm not a good singer. Okay. It's so interesting. When I focus in on that, I get a picture of a fat cat. And that's what it's about being a fat cat. That's a really old expression. That's funny. It's all about money, but it's not just the money. It's like the tomcat owns the neighborhood, right? They're not worried about anything. Being a fat cat, that's an old expression for not only being wealthy, but also power and control too. How curious. Huh. It's a weird visual that I got. Okay. Ooh, they want me to shuffle. They're trying to get to something. This might be juicy. Let's see. Great question. Thanks, Cat Mom. Oh, that's funny. Cat Mom. I got a picture of a fat cat with the media. It's all about cats. All about the cat. Ah, yeah. They feel better. Okay. Whoop. And they want me to stop. Okay. Weird. Okay. I'll show you why it's weird in a minute. Weird. 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 Oh my God, you guys. So bizarre. All I'm going to say is you saw me shuffle. Holy mackerel. Ah, that's a card I've been waiting for. Oh my God. Seriously. This is crazy. All right. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to bend it back up. Look. Notice anything that looks familiar? Okay. Here we go. Same exact card, same exact position. The initial card right out of the gate. Just right now, they aren't worried about it. They're like, yeah, it's gravy, man. I'm the fat cat. This is cool. Like, I don't have to worry about anything. What's crossing this, though, which brings back to what I was saying, is the Ace of Swords, which is literally called the Sword of Truth. This is the nickname for this card. I think all swords hold an element of truth, but this is known to most readers as the sword of truth. That's crossing the fat cat, feeling like they can just keep putting out their garbage and there's nothing to worry about. The people are going to get very angry that they were lied to by the media. That is not going to go over well. And eventually that will affect their ratings. And when their ratings are affected, as we saw with Disney and Hulu, when their ratings are affected, different decisions tend to be made because it is all about the money. That's all they care about. And the foundation King of Pentacles again. It's because they're riding on F-45 and in this reality show that he's created and that he's forced them to comply with. But they make so much money, they don't care. They don't care. They're making money. As long as they're making money, they're fine. That is the foundation of all of it. Moving in the past, though, the Magician. The Magician has every resource available to him to do whatever he wants and create whatever he wants. They are in no way, shape, or form worried about anything. They can survive anything. They have control right now. They think they do. They think they do. But the sword of truth is crossing the energy. And this just moved to the past position. They're going to find that they're more mortal than they think they are. That's what they're going to find. That's what this is. And for us, crowning all of this, Six of Swords, that means right now, because all they're doing is fanning the flames, the imaginary flames in Portland, and creating chaos, because, Captain Chaos, they're creating chaos. We're going to be moving from darkness to light. So the sword of truth is going to come out. People are going to be really upset with them. The ability to create and manufacture anything they want without a care in the world is moving to the past, and we will move to calmer waters ahead. And in the future, the Ace of Wands, this is also known as the big stick. And I always think of, kudos to Harry Potter again, I always think of the Whomping Willow in Harry Potter, where it just whomp. This is the big stick. It whomps you and you come up with a new plan. This is coming in the future. So I think they're going to get spanked is what's going to happen. And they're going to realize that they're mortal. The truth is going to be, people are really going to be upset at how much they were lied to and what a horrible job the media and journalism did in legacy media to tell the truth to the people. And their belief that they're untouchable is moving to the past. We're going to calmer waters, and there's going to be a new plan ahead. So I like these cards. Great question, Cat Mom. Internally, we have the Moon, Hidden Secrets. I love this card in this deck. You have the crab. The crab is free. He crawls around the bottom of the ocean, except he's being yanked up by chains. You have the moon, which is a free being as well, except it's being held captive in this globe. You have fire and water. You have the duality of everything, right? You have the wolf and the dog. The wolf is free, but has to find its own meal. The dog is held captive and yet gets fed every day, and we pick up its poop. Right? Like, are you free or are you captive? What are the secrets? What's the illusion? What's the lunacy? What's the craziness in all of this? And that's where we're at. It's like people think there's a large group of people that think we're a free nation, and yet our rights are being stripped from us as we speak. This is perfect. This is the internal card. This is what we're going through right now. You think you're free, but are you? Are you really? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how free you are. And the external influence, Seven of Cups. This is the illusion delusion card. Are you really free? What if you go hungry in the winter because you have to find your own food and there's none there? Are you really? Is it that great? Maybe. Are you able to walk around the bottom of the ocean, or are you going to get yanked up by a chain? Is that moon really free if it's sitting inside a globe? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of duality that goes on with these secrets and illusion and this craziness. And that's what the external influence is, the illusion delusion card with media, right? People think that legacy media is telling them the truth, and they're not. And when people find out that they're not, I'm telling you what, that is not going to go well. When all of this stuff comes out and it is indisputable, and people find out that journalism did not do its job, the free press did not do its job, that they're going to have to change their tune if they want any ratings at all, if they want any kind of a show at all. They're going to have to. Hopes and fears, King of Swords. A lot of swords going on here. There are a lot of swords. Got Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, Six of Swords, King of Swords. Again, King is external energy. Swords. So this is intelligence, and this is truth, right? And this is in hopes and fears. So the hope is that the truth and intelligence will win the day and will end up conquering all. The fear is that we're going to stay here, and it's just going to be a bunch of nonsense that nobody can trust. And, but fortunately, there's independent media. There are shows like Justice Matters, for example, or Democracy Docket, for example, or Brian Tyler Cohen, for example. There's sources like Ground News, for example. There are sources that we can go to for information that is good information and solid information. But for those that are watching faux entertainment and really anything on legacy media anymore, just about anything. I mean, I trust Rachel Maddow, but most of them I don't, to be honest. We're hoping that the truth prevails. We're hoping that this energy reaches out and forces a change. The Whomping Willow gives them a good old smack in the behind. But again, and I kid you not, you guys are I think it's hilarious. But final outcome, do I even need to explain this? Same position, same card as the last draw. F45's reality show. That is who these people are kowtowing to. F45's reality show. This is going to be the sole reason why shows sink or swim. It's going to be the sole reason why this moves into the past, why we even have to go to calmer waters, why there's a new plan. This is it. And so, yeah, they're going to have to swallow the pill of F45's reality show and take the consequences. I don't think it's going to be immediate, because they're going to push back and they're going to fight for a while. They're going to be like, oh, no, it's Obama's fault. It's Hillary's fault. It's Biden's fault. They're going to continue that well after the dirt nap. Don't get me wrong. But people are going to get tired of it. And they're just going to be like, look, you completely failed us. You completely failed us. We're bailing. We're finding other sources. And when enough people do that, they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. Whoa, hey. Guess what? We're new and improved. But I think it'll take a few years. But let me ask the dowsing rods that. Shannon. Hi, Shannon. You like a Gestapo Barbie? All right. Hey, guys. How you doing? Regarding legacy media, how soon are they going to change their tune? Are they going to, after everything comes out, are they going to start to change their tune? Eh, yeah, but it's not a real strong yes. Is there a point to where they're going to have to basically, in order to get any credibility back, they're going to have to do that? Yes, that is a strong yes. Will that become the trend again for truth in journalism and news? Yes. Will it be a while? Yes. Okay, so let's define a while. Are we looking at, is this going to take longer than 10 years for this to come back around? Not necessarily. There will be some stations that will always be sensational, just like there's always going to be, the Inquirers of the world, for example. However, that shouldn't stop other stations from, getting a morality streak. But again, it's all about money, so people have to stop listening. They have to find other sources of income before they will change. And they're just like, yep, 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 yep. So are there going to be any standards that are going to be demanded, like a truth in journalism standard that will be established, like from Congress? Is that going to be a thing? Yes. Is it because of what this has done? Yes. Oh, is that going to be when the Democrats? Ooh, I feel like it's not going to be for a little bit yet, huh? Like 5 to 7 years. Yeah. Okay. But it will be a thing at some point, correct? Yes. And that, along with ratings, that's what does it, because it's gonna take us a while to dig out of this hole. And the media will be blamed as a big reason why we even have this hole, because they were used as a tool. And so, yeah, bringing truth in journalism back, and that'll kind of force some change, essentially, which is good. They should. So, okay, hope that answers your question. For entertainment purposes only, yes. This is why I have this scrolling along there. Everything on here is for entertainment and spiritual purposes only. Okay. Oh, do I think that they'll announce when F-45 leaves us? Well, they're going to have to, because, they can't just go, oh, we haven't seen him in 2 years. I don't know where he is. He's been golfing this whole time. I have felt for a while now that he's just going to drop one day, or they'll come in the morning and they'll find him on the floor or whatever. He'll stroke out because he'll get mad and he'll hit his head on something or whatever. They'll find him in the bathroom or whatever. That's my theory. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. I think they have a plan right now, because they all know that it won't be much longer. So they're all are already meeting and trying to figure out how they're going to handle it. However, as many of you know, you can expect that somebody is going to cross over, but when it happens, it's still a shock, right? A lot of people have been through that in one manner or another. Drinking more of my Portland Fire coffee. But anyway, so but I think they're going to call in, everybody, and go, okay, it's go time. How are we going to do this? What's the best thing we can do? Because people are going to ask, did we know? And we do, but we can't say. And we have to, Couch Boy is going to have to announce his second and who that's going to be. And, everything that F-45 is doing now, Couch Boy is thinking that, yeah, do all this now, big guy. And that way, when I step in, it won't be my idea. I don't know. We're all friends. We're cool. This is, he's going to try to love bomb everybody, because that's what a narcissist does when they want to make up with you. And he knows everybody hates him. But it's not going to work. People are going to be like, no, you're part of the regime. It's all you, boo. So, but they're going to get a plan. They're going to get their story together. They're going to relay to everybody who needs to know, the military, other world leaders, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll let us know. Will there be a delay? Yes. Will it be a long one? I don't think so. No, because he can't go that long without us knowing that, Although he has been MIA for a bit. What happened? Let's see. He's taking free rent again. Portland ignores him. That's better than standing up to him, cat mom. We laugh at him actually. Like I said, we're a sarcastic lot. Like I said, we're more likely to make fun of you and go that route because I mean it rains here. We need entertainment. So we're more likely to sarcastically make fun of you. If you've ever seen Portlandia, it's complete fiction. And yet there's an element of truth to it. I'm just gonna say. um yeah. So yeah, we're irritated. We do. Portland is also a blue dot. The rest of the state is actually red. Just to give you a heads up on that. But there's enough population in Portland that it makes us a blue state. But it's really just Portland that's blue, and Portland Metro, whatever, and even a lot of the metro part of Portland, which are the surrounding cities, is red. Most of the state is actually red. There are a lot of megas. There's a lot of Republicans that are here, and for many years we were all Republican run, and they're really angry that the Democrats have come in and started running things. And so, they're happy to jump on the mega bandwagon. But those in Portland, yeah, we're we're frustrated hippies. That's what we are. So we're like, cool, an opportunity to go show you our peace sign. I have a costume I've been dying to wear. That's Portland. Alexandra, I think if you went and set up a table, it would add to the atmosphere. Maybe. Cookie, this is the hardest energy I've ever experienced. Not to think of 45. I can't escape. I've got Cookie. Maria, ask Maria about the class. So I started teaching my class on Sunday. So Cookie, ask Maria about the me teaching you guys about that, about your center light and expanding it. That skill helps with that. So, and by the way, so I did start my 5-part series class. It's for 5 weeks starting last Sunday. You can still join in if you want to pay for the class. It's recorded. So if you've missed a live, then I will just send you the recording. There's homework that goes along with it because I'm teaching you lessons. But let me know if you're interested in the class, and we're learning how to manage your energy and learning some skills and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if anybody still wants to participate in the class, send me an email and let me know, and we can get you going on that. We all need to be donating if we can to Election Truth Alliance. Yes, 100%. They should check Texas too. Oh yeah, I there's no way that Cruz was reelected. I just don't think so. Yeah, he's as dirty as they come, and he's so gross too. Terry, you're not a pumpkin spice fan either. Me either. I do love me a pumpkin pie. I'll eat pumpkin pie all day long. I like pumpkin spice in my pumpkin pie, but I don't need pumpkin spice in my coffee. Toasted pumpkin seeds. It's interesting. So when I was in kindergarten, I grew up in a small town. Literally was a one-room schoolhouse for kindergarten. And the most interesting teacher. She was fabulous. We had a classroom. Our classroom pet was a boa constrictor. Tells you a lot about me. She brought in fish for us so that we could see. She cooked it, and we all had some. But the idea was, as 5-year-olds, to look at the anatomy of a fish. I remember seeing its heart. It actually looked like a little heart, and all of that. That was, I don't know, man. And she brought in pumpkin seeds. that she toasted in the classroom, and we all had toasted pumpkin seeds. We did all kinds of things like that. It was so fascinating. I don't think anybody does that anymore, but that's part of growing up in the country. Those are things I guess you get to do. But that's what that reminded me of. I haven't really had pumpkin seeds since then. I think I've tried them. They're not really my thing. Anyway, but that's the first time I tried it. Was in 5 years old in kindergarten. Angel likes her pumpkin seeds too. Cat Mom, don't do well with cinnamon, and I don't like pumpkin desserts. I do love Starbucks has a good pumpkin bread. I will say that. I do like the pumpkin bread. It's pretty yummy. Couch Boy Vance out of the blues, and he's ready to step up and be president. Yeah. Well, yeah. He's letting everybody know I'm ready. He's frothing at the mouth, man. He just thinks it's going to be a lot easier than it is. I really believe he honestly thinks everything that F-45 is doing, that it's not going to come back on him. He thinks he's safe. And that'll be like, oh, wasn't me. I don't know. It wasn't me. I love y'all. We're a great country. We're all, no, he's gonna lie and try to kiss everybody's booty and get everybody to, like him. And nobody likes him. Nobody's going to like him. It doesn't matter what he does. Nobody likes him. And the more truth that comes out, people are going to hate him that much more. Okay, let's see here. Wow, I missed a lot. Okay. We're clearly not a group of real pumpkin-y people. I mean, I look like a pumpkin. I look like a cross between a pumpkin and a potato. Who really likes pumpkin spice in here? Again, I like it in my pie. I'll eat the pie all day long. I love pumpkin pie. I make a pretty good pumpkin pie. Well, from a can, and I add pumpkin spice to it. But it turns out good with whipped cream. Share Spirit, maybe you're picking up on my car laying here with me in the couch. He's got the role of a fat cat down pat. Oh, my cat laying here. No, it was a picture. I wish I could draw it too. It was like the picture I saw of the fat cat was this cat literally sitting upright, but its legs like splayed open, but super fat cat, fluffy. And his hair was like it had been like shocked in an electric socket. It was like, and it was like a gray cat with a little white muzzle and white paws. Like that's what I saw when I saw the fat cat. Was just his cat just sitting there, sitting up. Total fat cat, couldn't even get up, just sitting there. That's the fat cat I saw. My son claims to. He must have gotten that from his father. Let's see. Karina, magicians trained to distract. That's also a narcissist thing. So narcissists have a pattern that they do, right? They have a pattern of, first they love bomb you, and then, their pattern is to gaslight and make you doubt yourself and make you not is this reality? Now I'm not sure anymore. They get you to question yourself, and they challenge you, and they get all upset. I was watching the Lindsey Graham getting questioned in Congress, and he's like, tell me why my phone was tapped. Why would you tap me? And but he's so aggressive with it that everybody's like, oh, you must be innocent. You're so upset. And really it's like, dude, because you participated in January 6th, you idiot, and he doth protest too much is what I'm saying. But they're good at getting you to go, oh, well, okay, no, I don't want to make you mad, or getting you to question yourself, because they'll literally go, no, I wasn't saying that, and they just said it 2 seconds ago. I mean, the illusion and delusion with narcissists, they are kings at it. They are so good at it, and they're just liars. They're con artists and liars. That's all they are. Illusion and delusion, yes. Yeah, I don't watch legacy media anymore either. It's YouTube, honestly. I watch more YouTube than anything. And I don't really have time to do anything because I work and then I come home and I do this. And I try to catch other channels when I can to support other people. But honestly, I also work at home. Once I get home from work, I do more work at home. So all I'm doing is working. That's what I do. What do you do in life? I work. Occasionally, maybe go to a protest. We'll see. Ah, listening to, yes. Oh, okay. Did I catch up? Oh no, I don't think I caught up yet. Oh, you're curious because, oh, now I just lost it. Okay, well, I used to use International Delight French Vanilla Cream. I have, well, I have, I like Coffee Mate vanilla and hazelnut. I get the sugar-free ones, um, and then have a sugar something to eat to balance it out because it's all about balance. But anyway, um, yeah, I do Coffee Mate, and but lately it's really odd. I learned I somebody was moving and they had this whole thing of creamer and they're like, we're not going to take this with us. Do you want our creamer? I'm like, sure. But it's full like heavy cream. It's not creamer, it's heavy cream. With creamer, I find I have to put like, 4 tablespoons, 3 or 4 tablespoons to get my milky concoction that I like in my coffee. I have a little bit of coffee with my creamer. But with the heavy whipped cream, it's just like literally just a dollop, and it does what I need it to do, and way better for me than all the creamer I dump in, and then I'm fine. So I've started doing that. It's way less expensive to do it that way too, because it lasts forever, which is great. But yes, sugar and half. See, Terry, try like full heavy cream instead of half and half. I'm seriously like just a dollop and like it's magic. I had no idea, and now that's what I get. Aw, thank you, Cher. No, my skin looks good because of filters on YouTube. God bless them. They make you look, or I'm on StreamYard right now, and it makes me look way better than I am. I'm very freckled, and I look like I stood behind a cow that had too much Taco Bell. It's, it's and it get me out in the sun, and it really looks like that. So yeah, no, it's I love this blur because I'm also old enough now. I've got more wrinkles than I care to have, and God bless filters. It makes me look far better. You probably wouldn't recognize me in real life. Ooh, pumpkin spice coffee pancake candles. Oh, interesting. I'll take the pancakes. Aunt B, hi, you made it. Well, we're still here, so that's cool. Thanks for joining in. Um, Starbucks is too expensive now, not worth it. Yeah, I very rarely get it. Occasionally I'll get it for a treat. There's one like 2 blocks away from where I work, and so it's really sadly convenient. Occasionally, like we'll all at work, somebody will go, I'm going to Starbucks, who wants something? And we'll do like a group thing, or when we have a sales meeting, we'll all get from there. But I just can't afford to do it. I like French press, but I'm usually not allowing myself enough time in the morning to wait for the French press to brew. So I also do Keurigs and yeah. So it's okay. There's multiple ways for me to get my coffee. I'm good. Aunt B, I get confused every time I see your name because that's what my nieces and nephew call me is Aunt B. Ah. Oh, Edward, you switched to mushroom coffee. Um, yeah, I've heard about that. I really wanted to try that out, actually. I'm glad you said that. Um, I'd love a personal chat with you. I want you to tell me what you think. It's like, does it taste okay? It kind of weirds me out. I don't know if my psychology would let me enjoy it or not, but I heard it tastes fine. I used to work with somebody who did it. He swore by it. Um, yeah. I don't know. I'd be really curious. I'd love to know what brand you get too. But yeah, I should try some mushroom coffee. I get coffee beans and grind them Skyfire. Yeah, see, that's what it's also way cheaper to do that. So I started getting the whole beans and then I grind them and I use them in my French press, or I have my own like 1 cup little thing that you can pour your own ground beans in. Do that. When I go camping, I take I pre-grind beans to take with me, and I keep in the cooler, and I use my French press. So, you know, I guess they call that glamping then, because I'm making French press coffee while I'm glamping. But girl's got to have her coffee. Just saying. Oh, I got the name. Okay. On to eggnog now. I do love me some eggnog. I do. Yeah. My dad, I know you either love or you hate eggnog. I do love an eggnog. So many calories, though. But it's so good. I do love that. Share spirit. And freckles are so darling, and wrinkles are our life stories. Oh, God, do I have stories then? Way too many. Use real cream ever since I did keto. Yeah, cat mom. See, I was that's what I learned too with I can't do keto anymore. It actually kills me, but like literally it's bad. But yeah, the actual heavy cream is so much better for you, and you just need a tiny little bit and it just spreads out through the whole cup. It's great. Seriously, try that. I'm lucky I live too far away for a Starbucks. I never go. I drink mushroom coffee. I am really curious about the mushroom coffee, you guys. I should definitely try that out. I'm spoiled here in Mexico. So many good coffees to choose from and no need to add anything. Black strong coffee. Yeah. You know what? So if you ever come to Portland, on the way to the coast, there's this, you're like, you have to go over this mountain range to get to the coast. So we have a coast range and then we have the mountain range. And Portland sits, we call it the valley. You sit in a valley that's in between the two mountain ranges, right? So you're going over the mountains to get to the coast. And there's this place that's called Camp 18. And they're an old logging. They used to do logging there. And now it's like this big old log restaurant. There's a couple little hiking trails and it's on a river, and there's a little tchotchke shop and stuff like that there. Dude, they have the best food ever. None of it is healthy. It's amazing. You order pancakes and you're getting a plate like this of a pancake. And same with like their eggs and everything. That is the best coffee I have had in my entire life. I don't know if they roast their own beans or what they do, but I know it's fresh ground and they brew it from there. And I could drink it black. And I don't drink black coffee. I try, but most of the time it's just too bitter. This is so smooth and so good. And I'm telling you what, Camp 18, if you ever get there, you gotta go. And they have amazing coffee. I don't. You get what? Pumpkin? Oh, you know what you gotta try. If you go to Starbucks or really anywhere, get a chai tea latte with vanilla, or I get with sugar-free vanilla, but get it with vanilla. It's like Christmas in your mouth, man. It is so good. Chai latte with vanilla syrup. Oh my gosh, like the bomb. And I've tried to drink like chai tea at home. I don't like it. But I do like a Starbucks chai tea latte. But have them add vanilla. I'm telling you, it's magic. You got to try that. Yeah, with coffee going up. That's why I like to grind my own beans, because it's so much less expensive. Edward, you use everyday dose. I keep hearing Rise is better for you. Yeah, I've been really curious to try Rise, but it is really expensive. Tastes a little like coffee. Use almond milk with it. And I do like almond milk. I like oat milk too. Oat milk is really good with coffee. It's so good. Fresh percolator coffee over a campfire. Oh, yeah. Campfire coffee, man. Eggnog, flavored eggnog. I do too. Thank you. Yeah, I don't drink milk very much anymore. Very rarely. Like if I need it for a recipe or something, I will. But I keep usually like oat milk is what I like. And yeah, and it lasts forever also. So occasionally I'll get milk, but usually I'll just kind of keep some oat milk in there, like if I want to have a bowl of cereal or something like that. I love love eggnog. So we are a non-pumpkin spice, but total eggnog crew. I love this. Eggnog is my kryptonite. Oh, you are my people. I love you guys. This is great. Cat mom, she wants to know what mushroom coffee is. Yeah, it's supposed to be good for like everything. So yeah, I'm really considering Rise mushroom coffee too. Chai tea latte, frozen and blended. Ooh, Sperry Fever. Hi, I missed that you were here. Hi. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I do everything hot though. Even if it's 100 degrees outside, I'm still having a hot latte. Oh, really? You have to ask your doctor. Well, I don't go to the doctor, so that's probably I'm fine then. The thought of eggnog is bad enough. I know, but it's so good. Cafe de Olla? I don't know what that is. Is that a mushroom coffee? What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see. 1 second. Edward, since you became a new member today with this live, I'm going to do a 3-card pull for you. If that's okay, if you want one. Costco has mushroom coffee called Focus. Oh, that's good to know. I'm going to go with my parents because they can't carry the heavy stuff anymore. So I go and help them carry it. And while I'm there, go shopping for some things. Ooh, I'll have to look into that. Focus. I need focus. Okay. Edward, you get your 3-card pull. I'm going to do 3-card pull for you. Plus, you're always very supportive, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys. This is so fun. I love doing lives because you guys are great. This is like having a room full of friends. This is very cool. Oh, you want me to read on something specific? Okay, go. What's your question? I'll wait for a sec while I'll shuffle while you do your thing. It's very individual what sets people off with ulcerative colitis. Yeah. Getting reaching Crohn's status, the body changes, as I think most of you are aware. And nothing is happy anymore, including my gut. It is not happy. Plays Jeopardy theme music. Please give a thumbs up also. Yeah. My landlord called tonight to tell me he is selling the house. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow. Okay, you're offering to buy it. Okay. That just sank in. Okay. And I'll ask my I'm gonna ask my dowsing rods that one, and then I'll also do a card pull for you on that. How's that? So you offer to buy it. So basically, okay. All right. Hey guys. We're gonna ask a question for Kenneth. Edward Kenneth, excuse me. I just looked at Kenneth. Do people call you Kenneth? Just curious. Sometimes they look at your last name and call you by your first name. I get called Julie all the time because of the IE in my name. I'm like, well, if that's the worst thing you call me, I guess we're still cool. I've been called far worse, believe me. Okay. All right. So, I love you too, Edward. Thank you. Okay. So Edward is trying to buy the house that he lives in. You guys hear, like, they're all over. A lot of energy with this, Edward. They're like swinging like crazy. Okay, he's trying to buy the house that he lives in. Is that going to be successful? Yes. That was a wide swing. Look, it hits my hair. Yeah. They think that's going to work out for you. Very cool. Oh, it's your middle name. Oh, it's your middle name. Okay. So do you go by your first and your middle name, or do you just have it here for for YouTube purposes. Just curious. I know a lot of people who go by their middle name as their first name. Anyway, just a thing. So yeah, looks good. Costco has mini romaine. Ooh, I need to check into that. Thanks for that tip. Okay, so looks like, is it going to be fairly smooth, or are there going to be a few bumps in the road? Is it going to be fairly smooth for Edward? Yeah, looks like it'll be relatively smooth for you. So yay! Okay, so good news. Let me do a card pull for you as well. Okay, let's read on Edward's house purchase. How's that going to go? Where's offer to buy? Well, this one just flew out. 2 of Wands. There's some decisions to be made. Your path forward. Interesting. Okay. You're gonna have some decisions. Probably in the negotiation department. You know, repairs, that kind of stuff. Home inspections, that kind of stuff. So, but let's see. They want me to shuffle. Okay. They like whop me in the head whenever I shuffle. Okay, shuffle. Oh, I'm just teasing. One more. Doing a 3-card pull for Edward on his house. On his offer to buy the house. What have you got for him? Oh my God, they're just flying out. Come on, work with me. All right. Interesting. Edward. 9 of Cups. Hold on a second. Okay. So remember that card that flew out, that the 2 of Wands, that like there are going to be some decisions to be made, basically. So you have 9 of Cups, you have the 8 of Wands, and you have the 6 of Pentacles. What this tells me, along with that one that flew out earlier, is like this process. There's going to be some negotiation. Obviously, the people that you're trying to buy it from, you know, it's going to ultimately work out, but there's going to be, there will be some, the house buying process is just kind of a pain in the ass. That's just all there is to it. A lot of information is going to come out through this. There might be some home repairs that need negotiation. There might need some things with the mortgage lender that you need to do, you know, all the gathering information and having to go through the paperwork and having to, you know, all the stuff and things that go with buying a house. And I get the feeling that whoever owns it may balk a little bit about some of the things that you're asking for them to fix or to do or to repair or to have in order for you to buy it. And they're going to be kind of like, you wanted to buy it, you've been living in it, you know, that kind of thing. Where if it were anybody else and it were a buyer, they'd be like, no, if you want to sell it, you're going to do this, right? Kind of thing. So I think that's where you'll have some decisions to make comes from. I think it can go smoothly, and it probably overall will go smoothly. But I also think, you know, there might be some things that come up that you need to address, as what happens when you're buying a house. Some things that you need to kind of deal with. Let's see. He already has a price in his head. This place needs work, and he won't get what he's seen comparable. Yeah, that's what this is, because he's kind of the fat merchant in this scenario. And you're going to, I think when you do a home inspection, it's going to put it on paper and it's going to make it real. And it's going to be like, if he were to sell it to anybody else and any other lender, and it would be like, you have to do this, period, or I'm not buying it. But you're like, I want this house. I'm already living in it. So it kind of, he's going to feel like he has the upper hand a bit, because he could be like, well, you don't have to buy it. I'll sell it to somebody else. Right. But the reality is, people always think their house is worth more than it is when they're sellers. I was in real estate for 5.5 years. I get it. But yeah, he probably can sell it to somebody else, but also their mortgage lender is going to want them to do the repairs too. So don't let them bully you. But that's where I think the Two of Wands coming out is going to be a factor, because it's going to be like, you can push him, but if you really want the house, you might have to eat some of it. So that's kind of there's going to be some negotiation with the information that comes out. And this card here, right? This Six of Pentacles, this is the owner going, well, I'll do this, but you're going to do that, right? That's you guys negotiating what gets done and what you accept and what you don't. So that's kind of what I get. Oh, gonna cry. Well, I hope it's a good cry. But yeah, that's kind of what I get, is there'll be some negotiation involved. But ultimately, basically, if you want it, it's a matter of what you're going to accept. But I feel like if you absolutely want it, then you can probably get it. So good luck. Yay, I'll be rooting for you. That's very cool. So excited. Okay, can I catch up? Cat Mom says you quarter the lettuce and drizzle the dressing around it. Oh, a really good dressing that's good for you, or not bad for you anyway. Skinny Girl has a dressing out. She has a raspberry walnut and she has a poppy seed, and they are so good. And it's a good, healthy, not too much sugar. In fact, it's sugar-free, but it's so good. So the raspberry walnut and the poppy seed, to die for. Try those on a salad. Seriously. Yes, we will. Thank you, Share Spirit. We will all hold this process in light for Edward. I'll send you a little Reiki energy for the whole process. Keep me posted, and we can cheer for you. So I'm excited for you. That's how I got this place. Actually, originally we were. I did like a lease to own thing for a few years until I had to just buy it, and that's how I got here. So I get it. That's very cool. Edward Kenneth, spot on, yay! Yeah, Skinny Girls raspberry, so good. It's so yummy. Oh, and Terry's SGs are in agreement. Everybody, yay, Edward. We're all here for you, bud. Thank you. Okay, you guys. Holy cow, it's been 2 hours. Thank you so much for chatting. I'm going to call it. Please email me if you'd like a half price reading for this month. And please check out the memberships and the schedule for tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Going to be doing the 3-card pull for members, so don't forget about that. And 2 o'clock live Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern, doing the live collaboration with Ali at Heart and Soul Connected. That's happening tomorrow. So thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Thanks for your support. We'll talk to you soon. Peace out. For more Torn Portland.